Hello and welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to talk about guild, specifically how to get guild experience and also guild coin. Now, this is a question that bothered me ever since I created a guild, ever since I joined a guild, but I've never really thought of finding out because I feel like over time, if the game gets popular enough, we will know this information. It might be, explained to us or displayed in some wiki page. But I also got comments asking the same question and in the guild chat as well. So I've decided with the help of some of my guildmates that we try to find a way to figure out what gives guild experience and also what gives guild coin. Now I'm gonna show you really quickly. If you talk to Burton over here and go to guild info, this is the part where you get your guild experience. For every guild experience contributed by a character, this value is going to increase, and once you reach this amount, it's going to level up. Now the good thing about guild experience is that the moment you do something in game that contributes to guild experience, it updates immediately, unlike guild coin, which has a sort of like a certain time of day where it actually gives you, and that time of day seems to be different for different people, and it makes for a very difficult way of figuring out. So the way we test for guild experience is that we do something and then we check if the guild experience increase. Now being in a guild with a lot of members can be a little bit hard because you don't know exactly if something that you did is because of you or if it's because of some other guild member that did something else that contributed to that experience. So it's not exactly an easy process. Over here I actually have a list of data that I've collected from my alternate, which is called Cyanus over here, and also my main, which is called Zelp, and also from some of the guild members. Now the thing to pay attention on is that the data collected overall is across almost 9 to 10 days. So this means we could find averages even though we don't know the exact timing of, let's say, guild coin coming in, and we can figure out per day, if you do every single daily, how much will you get. The easiest thing to actually check first is to find out what does not give guild experience. Because if you go and do something, you come back and you see that there's no guild experience increase, you know that, okay, that thing didn't work. However, if you go and do something and you come back and you see that there's an increase, you don't know if it's because of you or if because it's someone else. So whenever we find a 0, we can more or less be quite sure that, okay, this thing doesn't contribute to guild experience. And then after that, we go for something that does, and then we double checked it by doing it in a different day, and also maybe we try with a different character, maybe get someone else to try it and things like that. So there is a lot of data in order to pull this off. Example is that when I did a Valhalla and I realized that, oh, there's an increment of 10 guild experience, we retest that and that is true as well. And then also there will be certain days where I only do one daily. So in this case, on the 28th January, basically I only did the Valhalla and I did nothing else and got 100 coin in return. So we could say with confidence, because we didn't do anything else, that Valhalla gives 100 coin. So that is basically the idea of how we actually test things one by one. I hope that makes sense to you. Now, instead of boring you with all the data and how we find it and also what means what, I'm just going to straight go to the point on what actually gives guild experience, how much does it give, and what gives guild coin and how much does it give. So the first thing that gives the most guild experience is actually the attendance. If you go over to the manual, click on events. Over here you see attendance reward. If you click on this, just getting this reward gives you 40 guild experience, and this is a lot. Therefore, if you want to help the guild out, make sure you log in every day just to claim the attendance reward. Now if you enter the adventures pub, and you'll see an NPC that gives quests. This quest has daily quests. Now all the quests over here does not contribute to any guild experience or any guild coin at all. So you're doing it purely for the rewards that they provide and nothing else. However, the things that they ask you to do does give guild experience and guild coins. This means that if I did not accept these quests and I went out of my way and do the thing, for example, if I were to do a Valhalla, even though I did not accept the quest, I will still get guild experience. Over here we have a cracked dimension, and basically every single day you can do up to 5 times. If you do all 5, you'll get 10 guild EXP. So this means for every single time you do, you actually only get 2 guild EXP. The next earliest thing that you can do to get guild experience is going to be Valhalla, and this is something that you unlock from Geffen on the way to Ponterra. Technically you can do this twice a day. One is free admission, another one is where you pay with gems. The one that you pay with gems will not contribute to guild experience, and each time you do Valhalla, you actually gain 10 guild experience as well. Another thing that will contribute to guild experience is going to be Mage Tower, and this is going to be unlocked later in the game where you are going from Isil to Morok. Similar to Valhalla, you have one free admission and then another one that you can pay to go in. The one that you pay with gems is not going to count, so the free admission is going to give you 10 guild experience. Now, although there are a lot more dailies to do, the last one that actually contribute to guild experience is going to be from the closed dungeon by Hilda. Now, I haven't unlocked this yet because I haven't defeated Maya and did the quest in Geffen. However, one of our Vice Guild Master has unlocked the closed dungeon, and from her experience, you'll get 10 guild experience points for each boss defeated. And currently there are 3 different closed dungeons, so technically you can get up to 30 guild EXP points. Now later in the video, I'll also be mentioning all the things that we have tried and tested that did not give any experience so that you can rule those out. Next we have guild coins, and the information that we get is that guild coin is a currency that proves guild activities. You can earn it by participating in certain content after joining a guild. If you bring it to this guy, and then you can trade it with specific items. That is pretty much all we have. So we don't know what defines as a guild activity. Now I feel like it goes without saying that one of the guild activities is probably going to be the guild dungeon, but sadly this is not up yet. So it's still waiting for an update to be released. So we don't know exactly how much coin will that provide, and also how much guild experience will that provide, if it gives any. However, through our testing, it seems like for every guild experience earned, you get 10 guild coins, with one exception, which is the daily attendance. So very quickly, I've made a summary so that you guys can see. The daily attendance reward gives 40 guild experience, but it doesn't contribute to any guild coins. Dimensional crack or crack of dimension gives 2 for each one. So since there's 5, you're gonna get 10 guild experience, and that will relate to 100 guild coins. If you do Valhalla, Hall of Valhalla, you get 10 points guild experience, and that will also translate to 100 guild coins. If you do the Mage Tower that gives 10, it's also going to translate to 100 guild coins. Now for the last one, I'm not 100% sure because I'm not the one that's doing it. However, I do feel like the Vice Master is very trustable. She helped a lot in doing this experiment. According to her, you have to kill the boss in order to get the 10 guild experience, and based on the current logic, 30 guild experience should relate to 300 guild coins. Now once I've unlocked the closed dungeon and tested for myself, I'll put a confirmation down in the description, so do pay attention to an update over there. Now let's talk about the things that we have tested. We have tested the social event that you unlock after you clear the pyramids. That does not give any guild experience, nor does it give any guild coins. We have tested fighting global bosses like the Toad or even the Golden Teeth Bug, things like that, and none of them give any guild experience nor any guild coins. We have done the friendship coin trading that you can do every single day, about 30 or something, and those does not as well. We have done purchasing of the gems. You have the daily purchase, you have the free weekly purchase, and also the free monthly purchase, and those doesn't do anything as well. The trading gem for Zenny, the one where you spend about 10 gems, that one doesn't give as well. The killing of monsters does not contribute as well. So we actually also did this with the daily quest that requires you to kill 20 monsters. That one does not work. Opening boxes does not contribute anything. PvP does not contribute anything. Refining, crafting, even the fiesta does not contribute. The shrine, which I thought it would, but it did not. Finally, card draws and Dokubi draws does not contribute to guild experience or coin as well. Now, other things that you might be wondering about is that what if the guild level is really low? Do you get less coins, or do you contribute with less guild experience? The answer is no. So my vice master made a new guild just so that we can go in and test things out. And as you can see, the amount of guild coins that I get and the amount of guild experience generated is still exactly the same. One last thing that I want to make clear of is that if you try to compare what I've just said with the daily coins that you get, you might find some kind of contradiction simply because of the timing that you get the coin can vary, and it can vary in such a weird way that it seems like you could get more in a day than, let's say, if in this case you have, let's say I'm only up to this point of the storyline. So by right, every single day I could get up to 300 coins. However, there'll be times where even though it feels like the same exact hour after the next day that you take your measurements, you'll find that you can get more than 300. But that's because previously you got less than 300. It's very weird, and I don't really know how the timing kind of works. But if you were to take a long enough duration, like let's say from this time, which is about 9 days, to all the way here, over here, and then you calculate out how much coin that you have received, and then you divide it by a number of days, you'll see that it is accurate. If you do your dailies every single day, you will get exactly 300. For my case, because I haven't unlocked the closed dungeon. So in the eyes of someone that wants to level up the guild for some reason, then you want to be focusing that every single player wants to be doing these things, right? You want to make sure that they do their daily attendance, the cracks, the Valhalla, Mage Tower, and also closed dungeon. However, for an average player, the important thing is going to be the guild coin, because it allows you to purchase things that makes you stronger. And since currently there's no benefit in being in a high level guild, technically you'll still make the same amount of guild coins even if you are in a solo guild. Now with that said, our staunch guild still has a lot of space, and once it's full, we'll rotate the inactive in the guild. Conversing in the guild is a little bit troublesome because of all the limitation when communicating, so we usually do our communication in Discord. Now I want to point out that I feel like the whole point of having a guild, at least in this game, is not about trying to do some kind of guild activity or trying to mingle in the game because of all the limitations. It's trying to meet people, to have same interests, to share information, and possibly even make friends who would exist even after and outside of this game as well. Okay, that is all for this video. If you feel like we did a good job and you appreciate our hard work, please leave a like and also subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. Bye bye.